Apple didn't announce anything that'll change an Android user's life today, but it did introduce some features we'd like to see make their way to our ecosystem of choice sooner than later. Here are 5 announcements that caught our attention. In addition to new phones, Apple announced the Apple Watch Series 10. It has a bigger screen, faster charging, and thinner chassis than previous generations. Those are all solid improvements, but they're also the kind we'd expect from a generational refresh. But the new Apple Watch also comes with a small, unexpected upgrade. While previous Apple Watch models and all-wear OS watches, including the new Pixel Watch 3, update their AODs once per minute to conserve power, the Apple Watch Series 10 refreshes its AOD once per second, meaning watch faces can feature an animated second hand that's always visible and always accurate. Hardly a paradigm shift in the wearable tech space, but having an animated second hand at all times will make the Apple Watch Series 10 slightly better for telling time, and just a little nicer to use, generally. Apple also says its new watch comes with a wide-angle OLED display that's easier to see from an angle than typical OLEDs are, all the better for checking the time without shaking your wrist to fully wake the display. The Apple Watch Series 10 is picking up sleep apnea detection in a post-launch update. The feature hasn't yet received FDA clearance, but Apple says it's expected to be available later this month. Samsung beat Apple to the punch here, offering FDA-approved sleep apnea detection on its Galaxy Watch 7 that was released earlier this year. But while all-wear OS watches offer some form of sleep tracking, and many, for example, the OnePlus Watch 2 Revolutions can detect snoring, FDA-cleared sleep apnea monitoring is still a rarity in wearables. Apple's AirPods Pro 2 will soon function as over-the-counter hearing aids. While the functionality is still pending FDA approval, Apple says that, when paired with a device running iOS 18, AirPods Pro 2 will offer OTC hearing aid functionality informed by a self-administered hearing test completed using the earbuds and an iPhone. The newest iPhone models come with a hardware button dedicated to camera controls. Pressing the camera control button opens the camera app. Pressing it when the camera is open snaps a photo. The button is touch sensitive, so functions like zooming in and out or swapping between camera modes can be mapped to sliding your finger up and down the length of the button. 2-stage shutter functionality to hold focus on a subject with the half press is apparently coming in a post-launch update. Outside Sony's increasingly esoteric Xperia phones, you won't find hardware camera buttons on any Android flagships today. Whether we need them in the first place is up for debate. I take a lot of photos with my phone, and I don't feel like I'm missing much using a software shutter button. Still, there's a good chance Android